Hey YouTube, Ben the Bondsman here. This video is going to be a little bit different. I'm about to go arrest a client that I bonded out of jail last week and got information the other day that that client is fleeing back to their home state, which is West Virginia. And well, if she makes it back to West Virginia, then I won't be able to go get her. While they have bondsmen in West Virginia, they don't recognize out-of-state bondsmen and don't recognize our authorities, so I would have to pay a bondsman up there to take her into custody and bring her back here, or meet me outside of the state of West Virginia, or something to that effect. So it can wind up getting quite costly. So while she's still in town, I'm going to go take her into custody and take her back to jail. So I'm going to be recording the transportation for my safety, so I don't get accused of anything because it's a female. But I won't be able to record the arrest itself because I'm not equipped to do that. So I'll share as much of this with you as I can without getting into any privacy issues. Anyway, be back. Alright, I'm sitting here now less than 100 yards from the subject's house, waiting on a call back from an informant that is going to let me know if the subject that I'm looking for is in fact at home right now or is not, because if I knock on the door and her spouse is there and she's not, game over. I will be chasing this woman all over the country.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Ben. They're in the trailer, and she said if you pull in off the road into the trailer park, she'll meet you right there and take you to the trailer.
Okay. Hopefully she won't see us coming. Alright. Alright, give me a little bit and I'll send you a text message.
Okay, that's all.
Alright, man. Thanks.
See you, dude.
Bye. Alright, here we go.
I have to take you in. Don't start walking away.
I'm not going to walk away. I'm not going to walk away. I swear to God, I'm not. Please.
Just hold on. Just hold on and I'll explain everything to you, okay?
Oh, God, baby. I'm so sorry. Please don't.
Alright, the deal is my office got information. Alright? Don't know where, don't know from who, don't know why. My office got information that y'all were looking for a vehicle. And as soon as you got a vehicle, you were heading to West Virginia. Yeah, here, come here. I want you to sit down while I talk to him. Alright?
Please don't take me. I'm not going anywhere, man.
I want you to sit down while I talk to him, alright?
Please don't. I love you. One life to tell.
I'm going to say this one more time. I'm trying to be nice.
I know. You're going to call your people.
Alright?
I'm just...
Oh, God, my God.
I know.
If this was your wife,
I would too. And that's why I'm trying to be cool with you, but I'll call my people. But right now, at this moment, we got to head south. So give her a kiss, and then we gotta go. Just have a seat right there. Alright?
It's a flight.
Am I going to jail?
Yeah, right now you are.
Oh, my God.
Let me talk to him. Chill. Please stay calm.
I love you.
I'll call you one
I
way or
love
the
you.
other.
love you. Hey, I'll be in court tomorrow. I promise you, I'll be there. If I gotta walk.
So you never got arrested in West Virginia and had to bond out?
No, sir. I've never been arrested in my life. Why do you think I'm losing my mind?
Well, just so you know, I'm sure you heard the audio in here. Everything's being recorded, okay?
I'm not gonna go anywhere. I don't have anybody to go to. I just want to get this shit taken care of. But I need to be
Well,
with my
what you gotta
husband.
understand is what we've got riding on this. If you do, I mean, now one of your co-signers has skipped town, and the other one's just someone that you barely know, who really wouldn't be able to help us in locating you if something did happen.
Listen.
And then this other guy's moved, and how do we get in touch with them?
We get numbers at the house.
Well, I mean...
But listen, if you let me out, I won't leave the campground. I'll call you every day from the campground. From the office phone. Please don't take me back to jail, ma'am. I'm not going anywhere. I swear I'm not. I'm not gonna go anywhere.
Listen, I know you're scared and I know you're frustrated, but no matter how many times you say that to me, it's not gonna change anything. And I'm really trying not to be disrespectful about it, but this is my job, okay?
Alright, step on out.
Alright, folks. Well, I have taken my subject to the local county jail and gotten off of her bond. That's the way it works. Once we take somebody back to jail, it's called surrendering, and that relieves my company and whoever indemnified the bond of any liability. So the thing about going and putting somebody in handcuffs and taking them back to jail, that's not easy. That's not easy for me anyway. Because once you're standing there in front of the people and you hear, their story, and they're telling you in their most sincerest voice and trying to convince you that they're legitimate and they're not going to go anywhere, it makes you start to really second guess yourself, and it really starts to kind of work on you a little bit. But the fact of the matter is my gut told me that young lady was about to run, and I was going to have to look for her in a place that it was going to cost me a lot of money, and it was going to put the people that signed her bond in a bad position, because they would have had to pay those expenses had I had to go look for her, or had I had to pay the bond off. So my gut instinct on these things are usually dead on. And as they were talking and telling me, that they're just trying to get their life back together and they're not going anywhere, and they've made this arrangement and that arrangement to, prove that they weren't going anywhere, there was a little voice in my head saying, well, maybe you ought to give them a chance. Well, after I took her to the jail and dropped her off, I made a couple phone calls, and the very reasons that I decided to surrender her on were confirmed by multiple sources, and these sources are people that don't know each other, have never spoken to each other, didn't know each other's names. Well, I didn't give them each other's names, but people are like, well, was it so-and-so that called you, or was it so-and-so? None of them could say each other's names. These people had no contact with each other whatsoever. So that cleared my conscience. The fact that I got the same information from multiple sources, which one of the sources originally I felt like was a very reliable source to begin with. So regardless of their story, I'm going to rest easy at night knowing that I saved my company a lot of money and headache. And it can be tough for people with a conscience. It can be tough when you're standing there putting somebody in handcuffs, you're about to take them to jail. That's a life-altering thing. You're literally taking their freedom away. And that's not something that I will do lightly. I'm real big on the Constitution, obviously. I'm real big on people's rights and freedoms. But I'm also real big on feeding my own family and, not having to pay large amounts of money because somebody else decided that they were going to be idiots. And these people were very convincing, when part of the information that I had gotten was that she had pending charges in West Virginia. Man, they stood firm. I mean, stood firm that she had never been arrested. Insisted that she had never been arrested. Even though I had documentation that, in this line of work, sometimes you've got to put 2 and 2 together, and sometimes 2 and 2 don't add up like you thought it did, and then sometimes it does. In this particular case, I firmly believe that it added up just fine, and that the young lady needs to reevaluate her priorities in life. Her particular charges had to do with prescription drugs, and I know from being around this business and doing what I do that people that are hooked on pain pills and stuff, man, that stuff will get a hold of your soul. It'll make people do things that they wouldn't normally do, and it'll make people make decisions that they wouldn't normally make. And I hate that, but it is what it is. I can't relate because I've never been hooked on anything. I've never had any substance abuse problems, and I feel for people that do. But you can only help somebody so much before you put yourself at jeopardy. It comes a time, and from a bondsman's perspective, it's a lot easier to pull anchor. But from a family member or friend's perspective, it comes a time where you got to kind of tell somebody, hey, I've done all I can do. At this point, you're affecting my life, which is kind of what happened tonight. What led to her going back to jail is the people around her decided, we've done all we can do. It is time for you to pony up and be responsible for yourself. We're out of it. We're done. We're finished. So I wish I could share more details without incriminating any informants or whatever. But this whole YouTube thing, as I get more and more into it, I'm learning that there's people watching this that you would have never expected were watching. I was talking to a guy just earlier tonight. It was like, hey man, I watch your YouTube videos. A really good friend of mine. And I was, really? It surprises me every time. I don't know why, because I don't post them to Facebook or any of that. I've been trying to keep my YouTube life separate, but I guess I'm just not going to be able to. But I am who I am. They can either like me or not. So anyway, that's all for now. If you have any questions, comments, any subject matter about the bonding business that you'd like covered in this series, feel free to put it down below or send me a PM or something, and I'll do the best I can to accommodate. Ben the Bondsman, signing out.